Hello, and welcome back to Stardew Valley. We're starting off in summer this episode. Let's check the calendar. So it looks like we have some notable things. We got Martin's birthday, and then we have our regular festivals, as well as the Trout Derby. And then down here we've got Victor's birthday. So we need to be paying attention during summer so that we don't miss some of these guys' birthdays. First, let's check the mail. Dear resident, in our time in Stardew Valley, Joja has made an effort to become a contributing member of the community, but we can't do it without your help. If you choose to shop at Joja competitors such as Pierre's General Store, you won't have the same assurance of quality and consistency, and without your business, we won't be able to afford to contribute as much as we'd like to local charities. Shop at Joja Mart and help keep your community great. Joja Mart, we value your business. No, thank you, Joja. All right, we're going to have quite a bit of work to do this morning. I'm going to set up plenty of areas for farming, and we're probably going to get quite a few seeds because we've got quite a bit of money. We'll see what we're going to have the stamina to plant. I got the area tilled, and I'm thinking that we might make some of these. I know these aren't going to be very efficient for the layout that I have here, but they will help with some of the watering. And I think that that's going to be really beneficial for summer, so I'm not spending the entire summer watering. Plus, we can always get more ore whenever we go to the mines. We're definitely going to need to be there anyways, so we might as well. And later on, I can repurpose these sprinklers, or I could probably deconstruct them when we get to that point. Oh, what is that? A fossilized apple. That's very interesting. And another one. I wonder if those are rare or if we just got lucky and got two of them. That's pretty cool. All right, here's our haul. We got quite a few seeds. I got a sprinkler worth of everything except for the hops because I'm going to put that where the coffee beans are. And then the sunflowers as well. I'm going to put that where the ancient fruit is. So I don't need a full sprinkler of that. I also got some extra fertilizer so that I can put it on the melons, the butternut squash, and the corn so that we can try to get some gold quality ones. And I have a little bit of fertilizer at home, I believe, so that's why I only got 19. Ahoy, Melly. You've been angling for some time now. With that fishing experience under your belt, I recommend casting your line over at Shearwater Bridge, east of Pelican Town. You'll land some good whoppers there. Oh, thank you. I actually forgot that we had a water area over there. That's very useful information. So I know with the amount of stuff that we have here, it's definitely going to fill more than I have started with, but we've got some salmon berries, so we'll eat those so that we can get everything planted. Sheesh, that sure is a lot of stuff to water. We had to start an entire another section over here, and I found some more melon seeds in one of my chests. I went ahead and planted those, and I had some summer squash as well as a starfruit seed, so we got those in the ground as well. But now let me get to watering. As is the case with any new season, it looks like I spent the entire day planting seeds. I did make a few more sprinklers just to make watering a little bit easier each day. And again, I will definitely be able to repurpose these later. I'm thinking they might be good for maybe flower farms once we get bees up and running. Since there isn't much time left in the day, I'm going to kind of wander around in here. Looks like we got our first nectarine. There's another nectarine tree here, but it's blocked currently. But we got some grapes, a fiddlehead fern, and a sweet pea. So we're already doing really good on that foraging bundle. We just need, what is it, the sweet berry or the gemberry? Kind of blanking on the name at the moment. Morning, Melly. Stop by the guild when you have the time. Gil wants to talk to you about something. Oh, all right. Interesting. And we got a letter. To our valued Jojamart customers, please be advised that the landslide blockage near the railroad will be cleared using explosives tomorrow morning. Avoid the area in case of falling rocks. Jojaco is not responsible for any damage incurred to people or property in the vicinity. Jojamart, we value your business. Hey there, I had some extra wood lying around. I thought you could use it. Take care, Robin. Thank you. I actually really appreciate that because last night, right before bed, I added this path here so that we could get down over here to this water a little bit quicker, because I'm going to constantly need to refill this can. And I think, looks like I could maybe add 2 more paths here so that it looks a little better. There we go. That looks much better. So now I have a little bit of a path that I can walk down to get my refills easier. That wasn't too bad. Those sprinklers helped out considerably. I think they probably cut the time in half. Checking the summer foraging bundle, it looks like we also need to keep an eye out for this red baneberry. I had forgotten about that, but we're going to need that too. So we'll have to keep an eye out for those. I'm going to head up and check and see what Marlon was talking about and gather along the way. I think later on we should come back with a fishing rod and see if there's any special fish over here as well. I'm so stuck in the ways with vanilla and not having all these new map areas that I kind of forget that they exist. But we got some other areas. I wonder if we can get the goby here. We got a little bit of time to wait, so I might pop in the mines. Wow, was barely in here at all, and it looks like I got a mining level. That's really crazy, but also very good. Let's head over to check out the Adventurers Guild now. A little birdie told me the mine carts on your farm are out of order. Yes, they are. I used to work in these tunnels myself when I was a young lad. I know a thing or two about those rugged trolleys and can fix them up good for you. Great. I need 24 refined iron and copper bars to fix the wheels. Marlon will drop off a storage chest east of your farm. I'll get your carts working again, farmer. Or was it adventurer? I'm getting mixed up. Ooh, that is lovely. I never need a reason to go back to the mines because if you let me live there, I will live in the mines, even in Stardew Valley. But that's really exciting. That's really fun. Do we get a quest for that? We do. Okay, so 24 of each. That's really good. Very excited for that. Ooh, a mountain totem. That's useful. That'll help us get somewhere a little bit faster. I'm kind of just foraging and checking out the new areas and stuff. Bunch new squash seeds. I'm probably going to plant those. Let's see if Sophia likes grapes. You're sweet, thanks. Seems kind of neutral. Let's check that out. It's a normal gift, so it's pretty neutral. That's okay, though. I mean, I guess it's kind of neutral since she has her own farm here, but still. I gotta learn more about them and give them some more gifts, otherwise I won't get their cutscenes. And I do want their cutscenes. Okay, I took a quick second to think about what I want to work on, and I think what I want to do next is I want to get a silo as well as a coop going. I think that would be a really good next step because I want to start working with some of the animals. I already have the stuff for a coop, but I am missing the copper bars since I crafted a ton of sprinklers, and I'm going to need some copper to also work on that minecart quest. So I think we're going to head to the mines, and we're going to try to get some copper with the rest of the day so that hopefully tomorrow I can get that silo started. So I got surprisingly very little copper. I went through quite a few levels, but I just wasn't finding any copper nodes, so we'll have to come back tomorrow. But that's okay. There was an explosion during the night. Level 5 mining. I think we're going to go with 1 ore per vein. I made a tiny bit of money. We're going to need that so we can work on making the coop and stuff. Hello, I'm Susan, the owner of Emerald Farm up at the railroad. I've been trapped up there alone ever since Joja caused the rock slide, so I've got a little bit of cabin fever. Happy to finally meet you, Melly. Stop by and visit Emerald Farm when you have the time. That sounds like a wonderful idea. Melly, this is embarrassing. I lost my lucky purple shorts. I'm telling you because I think I can trust you. If you find them, bring them back to me discreetly. I'll pay well. Thanks, Mayor Lewis. I hate that quest, but we'll do it. Okay, we got our first pine tar. That's also really good. Before I can run off and have a bunch of fun, though, I've got to get the entire field watered. I think I'm going to go ahead and put in the request for the coop today. I have enough gold for it, and I have all the supplies for it. I am slightly short on the silo, so I think we'll do the silo second. Got an artifact. Ooh. What would that be? Would that be a foraging level, maybe? Jeez, what's up with the artifacts? My goodness. I feel like I'm having crazy luck on those. Let's get this coop. I think for now I'm going to put it here. And then when I move these, when I get these stones out of here, I'll probably move it to over here. But for now, it's just going to have to hang out right there. And before I head off to the mines, I think I want to go check on Susan. All right. Ooh, it's very nice up here. So we've got our regular spa area. That's pretty cute, pretty cool. And here's Emerald Farm. I'm thankful Joja cleared the rock slide. Lewis and I went through so much trouble getting them to remove the rocks. Joja still refuses to apologize. Of course they do. I'll see you again soon, dear. It's lovely having another farmer in the valley. That's really cool. Okay, so we got another NPC. And they've got a really nice farm up here. Railway's definitely looking a lot nicer, but I will say, I bet you this kind of squashes a lot of people's method of putting their tree farm up here. There we go, we got a spice berry. I don't know why I was calling it a sweet berry earlier. Sometimes I think my brain just kind of shuts off for a little bit. Oh, was this always here? Am I just completely blind? Yes, okay. Interesting. I was also completely blind up here just a second ago. Didn't even realize that wasn't blocked. Oh my goodness. And we've got a rapier. How is that? Not better than what we have, but that's pretty interesting. I'm just so used to seeing that immovable rock here that I didn't even think about it. There's a trash can there. Can't check the dumpster. Surely that ladder couldn't have been here the whole time, right? I might have to go look and see at my previous episodes if that ladder was there, because I feel like I'm going crazy. Could we access the railroad the entire time? My goodness. Do you think there's enough bugs on this floor? My goodness. At least it's good XP, even if it's not a lot per. That's still a good amount, considering how many of them there are. Ooh. Monster Compendium. I'll take that. So that'll give extra loot. We got a dwarf scroll that we already have. That's kind of unfortunate. All right, we got a decent haul. 56 copper. It started off really slow. I wasn't finding any nodes, and then all of a sudden it started to pick up, so that's really awesome. I'm going to take home all the extra artifacts and stuff like that. I got the extra clay that we need because we're 1 clay short for the silo, so now we're good. I think that's what we'll bring home this time. It was foraging. Awesome. That tree fertilizer is going to be quite handy. I have a couple of trees that aren't growing, and I want to be able to put tappers on them. And level 5 combat. I think I'm going to do overall more damage. Today is Jess's birthday. Let's grab her a flower. And let's read the mail. My melons are growing like wildfire this year. Here's some extra seeds I got when I popped a number of them in my seed maker. Don't go trying to compete with me for the melon market, though. I'll win. Thank you, Susan. We'll have to get those in the ground with all of the rest of the stuff growing. We're up to 10 copper bars. 5 of those are going to be needed for the silo, so that puts us at 5 out of 24 for the rail carts. I guarantee you there is nothing to be worried about, Mayor. But there is, Morris. Robin's house was struck by several rocks when the landslide was cleared. Susan was shocked by the blast. She wasn't informed of the operation until... Everything is under control and will be fine, Mayor. And what of the garbage Joja dumps into the river, Morris? Willie, our local fisherman, says he's catching Joja CDs and cola cans. Might I remind you of this amendment? Joja's operations here in Stardew Valley are fully compliant with the law. Ah, hello, Melly. I was just on my way. Good day, Morris. Joja is paving a way to greatness in Stardew Valley. It's only a matter of time until we are all united under Joja. No. Absolutely not, sir. No, thank you. I'm going to drop off these artifacts. So we've got this apple. Place it here for now. And then a bunch of fossils. Put the fossils down here. I think that's just another furniture. Oh, no, it's pumpkin seeds. We'll take the pumpkin seeds. Now we got to find Jas. Happy birthday, Jas. That gave us 2 hearts. Doing good. Back to mining copper. We did much better today with 71. Let me see what I want to take home with us. I think that's pretty good. I think I want to quickly craft some tree fertilizers. And I think I'm going to make 2 preserves jars. Thinking about putting some of these nectarines in there. Place these here. And I think for now that might be good. I was considering the worm bin and the recycling machine, but those require, iron, and I don't really want to use my iron quite yet because I want to save it for the minecart bundle that I'm working on. There appears to be some kind of anomalous reading. I don't know what this means. Looks like the 6th will be our green rain day. We got our first fir wax, and this tree grew overnight, so I'm not sure if it would have done that anyways, or if the tree fertilizer just really helped. Either way, we'll get a tapper going on that. I think we can spare a few extra bars for that. Got our first harvest of wheat. Wow! Uh-oh. I hope Jas is okay. Melly! I got lost in the woods chasing a squirrel. Can you take me back to Aunt Marnie's? I'll guide you back. Thanks, Melly. Oh my goodness, Jas, are you okay? I was about to go looking for you. I got lost in the forest. Melly found me. Let's get inside. I'll cook you your favorite meal, okay? Thank you, Melly. My goodness, she probably shouldn't be doing that. Just running after animals. Nothing here that we can't wait on, I don't think. So I think I'm going to skip it. I think I'm going to take some time to drop some stuff off at the community center. Looks like we probably have one more day left on the coop. So I think today we might go ahead and maybe do some fishing instead of mining. I think I'm going to start by fishing over here on this bridge. Our first rainbow trout. Lost that one. Whatever that was, it was crazy. Well, there's definitely something in this water that's a little bit harder for me to catch. I might have to wait till I have a bobber for it. But so far, we've gotten some minnows, rainbow trout, and some pike, as well as plenty of trash. And I think that's a pretty decent variety from here. We might come back when it's raining. And our first super cucumber. Let's go ahead and throw out this stick for it. All right, the bubble spot finally left us. Let's go ahead and head home because our inventory is packed. Gonna make a quick stop at the saloon. Mostly just said hello to everybody in there. That's good friendship nevertheless. I'm gonna sell a good chunk of the fish and stuff that we got today so we can earn a little bit of cash. Nice. And today is our green rain day. Which is also very unfortunate because it's Martin's birthday as well. Might have to keep an eye out for him. And of course the TV won't work. Don't have to water though, so that's good. To Farmer Melly, Aunt Marnie said I needed to write a thank you letter, so thanks for finding me in the forest and taking me back home. I won't go that far in the forest again. Jas. Saw the weather report last night. I'm not sure what will happen, but if anyone wants to take shelter in the saloon, I'll keep it open all day. Gus. Got our first hot peppers. I'm going to hold on to this Gold Star grape if we run into Martin, but otherwise today is probably just going to be for gathering as many resources as possible. Here's Claire out. Even on a bizarre day like this, I still have to show up to work. Ooh, I wonder if that means Martin is at Jojo. We should definitely check there. Got our first mossy seed. This is an important one. I usually try to get a few of those. This blasted weather is hurting business and causing a mess. Well, I don't see Martin in here. That doesn't mean he won't show up here. There sure are a lot more of these fiddlehead fern trees. I don't know if I'll chop all of them down. I'm going to say hello to everybody at the saloon. Yoba has come for us, farmer. Make peace with yourself now if you haven't already. That's really extreme, Andy. We're going to be okay. It's almost as if Mother Nature is trying out a new recipe. I'm completely bewildered. I hope my crops can weather this strange rain. They will. It'll be fine. I'm really curious if there's going to be anything in this special forest over here, so that's kind of where I wanted to head today. I'll continue gathering moss and seeds and stuff as I go while I look around. I haven't found anything particularly special in here while harvesting, so that's kind of unfortunate. Just wanted to check in here in case there was something extra. Did get a lot of resources though, so that's always good. I'm not sure if Expanded has anything special to add for the Green Rain. So if you know if it does, feel free to let me know in the comments, so that way I can try to check out whatever that is in the following year. Oh, we got another clover. That's good. Okay, so those aren't specific to spring. That's definitely good, because you could get really unlucky and not find one and need it for the community center. I think we'll head home now. It's getting kind of late. We got a fair amount of forageables as well as resources. The moss is the main thing that we wanted to get from this. That's really important. We're going to need that for a lot of crafting recipes, and while you can pick it out throughout the year, it's quite tedious to get. So this is very useful to get when you have a Green Rain Day. Try to aim for as much of that as you possibly can. And the fiber is also good too, because you can use that for a lot of decent recipes. We only got 36 fiddle ferns. I wasn't focused on those. I did get 3 seeds, 3 mossy seeds. These are good because you can put tappers on them and you can get fiddleheads all year round. I like to try to have at least a few of them just in case one gets struck by lightning or anything like that. And then just a bunch of random forageables. Nothing too impressive, but still good stuff. So we didn't end up finding Martin that day. He wasn't at Jojo when I was over there, and I spent most of the time gathering resources. It's very unfortunate that my green rain is going to fall on his birthday every year. That's quite frustrating, but I'll have to find him and start giving him gifts outside of his birthday then. We got our coop done. And we got the recipe for baked fish. Here's Demetrius. Hi, Melly. I have some good news for you. A few days ago, I made a breakthrough in my research on the local environment. I'll spare you the technical details and get to the point. You know that empty cave you have over in the cliffs? Well, I have a way to turn it into something useful for both of us. I'd like to set up the cave to attract some local species. That way I can observe them in a more controlled environment, and you can harvest whatever products they produce. I can either set up the cave to attract mushrooms or fruit bats. The bats will sometimes leave fruit for you to collect. We have quite a few fruit trees on this farm already, so I'm kind of thinking it might be more beneficial to do the mushrooms. Because I haven't found any of the like chanterelles or morels or anything like that yet, so I think we're going to do mushrooms. All right, I'll go set it up for you right now. It shouldn't take any time at all. Thanks for letting me do this. Before we get started doing anything, let me get my daily chores done. All right, our produce chest is getting out of control. I think it might be time for me to set up a foraging chest versus just a produce chest because it's getting kind of hard to put more stuff into it and sort things out. There we go. So we've got this foraging chest. And then over here, we've got all of our regular produce. I think I'm going to pick some stuff out to sell. And I'd also like to go ahead and plant this down here. And fertilize it. Looks like I need to make another tapper. I also went ahead and did some color coordination, so it's a little easier for me to figure out where I'm going. Here's that tapper. For now, I'm not going to bother putting one on the mahogany tree. Looks like our jellies are done, so let's go ahead and put these fiddlehead ferns in there. We're going to save one of these nectarines, and the other one we're going to go ahead and sell. My goodness, there was a bunch of forage up here. I just wanted to check the cave real quick, so I could grab this. What does the traveling merchant have? Nothing I'm pressed to get. Some interesting things, though. Hello, Marty. I would like some chickens. We're going to name the brown chicken Spice and the white chicken Sugar. And I'm going to go ahead and buy the hay for the community center as well. I know buying the hay is kind of unnecessary since I'm about to go make a silo, but I'm going to grab it anyways because I have a tendency to forget, and this will help me remember. So I'm going to leave that in here. We're going to go put the little bit of extra hay that we had in there in case it rains, and we're going to make sure we pet these guys. Here we go, our first animals. This is really lovely. I can't wait to see all the new things we might get to do and expanded with them. But to make sure that they're good and healthy for a long time, we're going to need a silo. Let me get the stuff for that. 1 silo, please, Robin. I'm going to toss that right here for now, but this will get moved once I get a bunch of this debris moved out of the way and I can find a better place for it. I just figure right here it will be easy for me to check when I check on the chickens. There isn't much time left in the day. I think I'm going to head to the mines. try to get just a little bit more copper. I think we're at 19 out of 24 bars right now. We ended up getting just a minor amount of copper in that short amount of time, but that's enough, I think. I think that'll get us to the 24 bars. And for the end of this week, we made a little bit of cash. I sold kind of a little bit of everything just so that we'd get a little bit of an influx going on. And that's the end of this week in Stardew Valley. We got started on summer. We made a lot of progress on our crops and getting everything kind of laid out on our farm. We got a coop and a silo going. That's going to help us get started with animals so we can see what kind of things Expanded has to offer with our animals. We'll have to work towards a barn in the future. We did make a little bit of progress on our skills. We got the level 5 combat and level 5 mining. We still need to work on farming, but that will come in time with all of the stuff that we just planted. I appreciate you coming along for this episode. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you again. Bye!